parents, family, friends, honored guests, faculty and staff, welcome to the commencement of the 14th graduating class of Park Vista Community High School. At this time, please rise if you aren't already, as I proudly present to you Principal Myers and the class of 2019.
Good morning. Class of 2019 and guests, please be seated. At this time, I would like to invite the Student Government President, Abigail King, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the Park Vista Jazz Band, under the direction of Mr. Patrick Duncan and Mr. Dustin Ferguson, who will play the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remain standing for the pledge and the national anthem. Gentlemen, would you please remove your caps?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. It is now my privilege to introduce to you our platform guests. First, we have Mr. Frank Barbieri, School Board Chair, Mrs. Karen Brill, School Board Member, District 3, Dr. Donald E. Fenoy II, Superintendent of Palm Beach County Schools, Mr. Keith Oswald, Deputy Superintendent, Chief of Schools, Dr. Glenda Sheffield, Chief Academic Officer, Mr. Lung Chu, Inspector General, Dr. Ian Saltzman, South Region Superintendent, Mr. Jeff Silverman, Principal Crystal McCullough School, Dr. Enrique Vela, Principal Woodlands Middle School, Mrs. Barbie Moretto, Principal Coral Reef Elementary School, Mrs. Diane Curcio-Greaves, Principal Crystal Lakes Elementary School, Mrs. Mary Churchill Jones, Principal, Manatee Elementary. Also assisting on the stage this morning, Mr. Reggie Lanier, Assistant Principal, Mr. Rick DeWalt, School Counselor Coordinator, Mr. Pete Torini, School Counselor, Mrs. Mary Turner, School Counselor. We also have Caitlin Reister and Caroline Parton, who will be interpreting the ceremony for us today. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our parents and our families of our graduates. Parents, thank you so much for supporting your children through these years in school, and especially these past 4 years of high school. It is because of your support that our graduates are here today to receive their diploma. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Donald E. Fenoy II, for comments.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Absolutely. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a great day to be alive. Let's try that again. Good morning. Good morning. Absolutely. To the class of 2019 here at Park Vista Community High School, you guys look good. You look really good. Parents, teachers, and guests, I'd like to thank you for your personal investment in the students graduating today. Before the last graduate walks across the stage in the Palm Beach County School District, I will see 28 iterations of commencement ceremonies, and we will shake close to 14,000 hands, each one representing a job well done by a student's parents and family, and 13 years of hard work and contributions from teachers and the entire community. Despite the sea of matching gowns and smiles and even a few tears hidden underneath those graduation caps, no two ceremonies or handshakes are the same. All of them are uniquely different because each of you, whether you realize it or not, have developed over the years a personal brand. Your brand, which is the combined sum of the things that makes you you, is exclusively owned by you. As you exit one stage of life and enter another, I want to speak with you for a moment about protecting your brand. Like it or not, we live in a world fueled by judgment and first impressions, and people will judge their first impression of your personal brand the same way. This is why your email address on job applications needs to suggest that you can be taken seriously and trusted with responsibility. Graduates, your email address should not be something like xfunkblaster@gmail, or cutekitten777 @Yahoo, babyforlife2000 @mail, or the one I got the other morning, too hot for you @iCloud. And I can go on and on and on, but I think you get the idea. If you want a job, ladies and gentlemen, get a sensible email address and protect your brand. You will also be judged by what parts of your life you choose to share online. Think for a moment about every social media post, comment, picture, or video you have ever uploaded. Now, I need y'all to process that for a minute. As the most socially networked generation to walk across our graduation stage to date, what does your brand say about who you are and what you stand for? Will your future employer, college dean, or mother-in-law want to welcome you with open arms after they Google you? Or will they not return your call, despite your best efforts? I, for one, am thankful that in 1994, when I graduated from high school, there was no Google, or I wouldn't be married today. If you want doors open for you instead of closed, protect your brand. Protecting your brand is more important today than ever before because you have grown up in a decade of constant online connectivity. You've navigated the difficulties of adolescence and teen years in an era when anyone can hide behind a screen to be anyone they want to pretend to be, to say anything they want to say about anyone or anything they want to say it about without any responsibility or ownership. And yet you prevailed. Despite the lack of boundaries of the World Wide Web, the overwhelming majority of you used your social networks for good. You embraced acts of kindness, captured moments of hope and inspiration, and you shared them with the world. If your intent today as you sit in that chair is to continue to become the best version of you over the next decade, you cannot ever allow yourself to be among the masses of individuals who live behind a screen, where they have an opinion about everything, but they stand for nothing, while formulating their self-worth by online comments, likes, and hearts from people they may or may not ever know. Graduates, you are better than likes and comments and hearts on social media. This will not build your brand, and it certainly will not contribute to your character. Graduates, I challenge you to live out loud. Build a personal brand of real action and interaction, not just posts. Build real relationships, not just followers. Seek out authentic conversations, not just Snapchats and instant messages. When you meet a man or a woman, look them in the eyes, shake their hand firmly, and introduce yourself. Do not look at the ground. You're better than that. When you sign a yearbook, take a picture, shake a hand, help a friend, or you stand up for what is right, remember that you are building your brand and that you must protect your brand with every decision and digital footprint that you create for yourself. Graduates, I am proud of the class of 2019 for navigating a context in the world that none of the adults in this room could have imagined for you a mere 20 years ago. And I am counting on you to lead by example, both out loud and online, for those who come behind you, especially for me, as a parent of a 3-year-old and a 10-year-old, they need you to be their role models because they are absolutely not listening to their father right now. Graduates, it is my honor and my pleasure, and I am humbled to stand before such an outstanding class here at Park Vista Community High School. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have an amazing graduation.
The class of 2019 Salutatorian is Amelia Glass. Talented, highly motivated, and hardworking. These are just a few of the words that come to mind when describing this awesome young lady. She is a National Merit Commended Scholar. Amelia was a member of the Spanish, Science, Math, and National Honor Societies. She was active in HOSA as part of the Medical Academy. Her community service hours totaled over 306, and she was Park Vista's nominee in the category of Technical Vocational for the most recent Pathfinders competition. Amelia has achieved a ValSal grade point rank of 5.4590. Oh, yeah. Amelia will be taking her academic talents to the University of Florida's Honors College this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2019 Salutatorian, Amelia Glass.
Like many of you, I've been thinking about this moment for years, and now the big moment is finally here. And unlike most days, which aren't a cause for reflection, today is a day where we tend to look back at the time we spent together at Park Vista. Some of the things that stand out to me are how 4 years ago, we all still had headphones with wires. 4 years ago, Me Too wasn't a political statement. 4 years ago, Donald Trump was known as the guy from The Apprentice. And 4 years ago, there wasn't a giant cobra statue in the middle of our courtyard. Our time at Park Vista has been just one chapter of our lives, one that prepares us for the many more to come. In these past 4 years, we've struggled, conquered, and overcome every challenge that was thrown our way. If we didn't, we wouldn't be here in this room about to walk across this stage. Today, we are not just receiving our diplomas. We are saying goodbye to the school. They changed us from annoying middle schoolers to slightly less annoying adults, where we spent about 5,000 hours of our lives getting an education, and where we made friendships and memories that will carry us through our future hardships. Park Vista will forever be a part of our identity, but now it is time to move on to the next chapter of our lives. When I think about the future, the following Ben Franklin quote comes to mind: "Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing." And that should be a goal for all of us, because who knows? Maybe someone in this room will be the one that finds a way to permanently reduce our carbon emissions, or puts a stop to the growing diabetes epidemic, or maybe even create a show more popular than Game of Thrones. I'd like to leave you with one final statement. Whatever you may do after we walk out of this room, and no matter where you end up, whether it be in California, Bangladesh, or maybe even Polk County, make sure you're doing something that makes you happy, because in the end, those happy moments are the ones you will remember. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Absolutely. Good job. Good job. I love it. I wasn't expecting you to do that.
The class of 2019 Valedictorian is Alexandria Pacino. She possesses a spirited passion to succeed. Among her contributions to our school are her years of dedication and leadership as president of Mu Alpha Theta Honor Society and serving as a member of the Spanish, Science, and National Honor Societies. She volunteered more than 600 hours this school year. She is graduating with an ACE diploma with distinction. Alexandria was also the Outstanding Youth Volunteer of the Year for Palm Beach County. She was Park Vista's nominee in the category of community involvement in the most recent Pathfinder Scholarship competition. She has achieved a Val-Sal grade point rank of 5.5238. She will be taking her academic talents to Bowdoin College this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great deal of pride and pleasure to present to you the class of 2019 Valedictorian, Alexandria Placino.
Good morning, everyone. How many of you know your exact plan for the next 4 years? Who wants to become a doctor? Artist? Teacher? How many of you have no idea what to do next? Who in our class of 2019 is going to change the world? While we may all have different plans for the future, we're all alike in our ability to initiate change. Whether you're going to college, vocational school, into the armed forces, or straight into the workforce, you have the power to make a difference. In fact, our impact might not have anything to do with our future career. Michelle Obama said that we should never underestimate the importance we have because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own. We all made it to this stage and earned our diploma. As we walk across this stage, we show that the dream of graduating high school is finally a reality. We are spreading that contagious courage, and we are opening the door for the younger generations. Equally important to the milestone of high school graduation, though often less mentioned, are simple acts of kindness. A compliment, a polite gesture, even just a smile. There's something amazing about these small acts of kindness, these small acts of changing the world. They're chain reactions. When you hold the door open for someone else will hold it open for you. Our goal should be to never let these doors close. We can impact someone's day, change their world with something as simple as a smile. They call it paying it forward, but are we really paying? We're earning. We're rewarded with the knowledge of helping someone else. We're earning respect and confidence. A few weeks ago, we received letters in the mail, time capsules that we wrote to ourselves in 9th grade English class. Whether it be to earn straight A's, be captain of a sports team, first chair in band, or complete a phlebotomy certification, we discussed our personal goals for high school. While these personal goals are very important, reflect not just how you can improve yourself, but how you can improve the lives of others. We as graduates are symbols of courage and hope. To the class of 2019, congratulations on this accomplishment. When you go home tonight, smile for what